Welcome to another 5-minute how-to tutorial. The purpose of this game is to keep this super short. Today we are talking about foot switches, one of my favorite topics. Let's get started.
Before we do actually get started, I just quickly want to just jump in here. So foot swaps are something that we have to encourage people to do because it's a bit of a challenge to do. So you do it at the point of your wingfoiling journey when you're going backwards and forwards, you've just started to jibe, you're not falling as much, and then you've got to relearn a skill, which means you're going to fall in quite a lot. Yeah. But it's critical. It's so important that you learn this in the early stages so that you can learn to go on both tacks in it with ease, change your foot whenever you want to, and it becomes seamless after about, I don't know, a couple of months of pain of getting through it. But it's really important. It's really, I can't iterate that enough. Please just do it.
Yeah, and we are talking to you, the one who is really proud in foiling like that, in the twisted position, like no smiling, la, 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 and the back foot is exploding.
Yeah. That's it. Anyway, we'll start very soon, but enjoy.
Cool.
Cheers.
Cool.
All right, 5 minutes. Clock starting. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, 5 minutes. First point, movement. Okay, so movement. The movement of your feet is critical. So what we suggest you do is make this a muscle memory that you don't have to even think about it. So it's all about doing drills on the beach. So I suggest you get the board, take the foot straps off if you need to, and then just drill this over and over and over again. So first thing we'll do, actually, before we get onto the board, is just to practice the movement on the ground. And it's almost like you're doing a bit of a salsa movement, as Chris mentioned a moment ago. So do your dancing on the beach. I know you're going to look stupid. You're not going to make many friends doing this, but I don't know, get people to join in, whatever. But it's really important you get that movement right. And it's all about with your back foot coming to meet your front foot and then opening up your hips. It's really important your hips open up on both tacks. And I struggled particularly on going from regular to goofy to open up your hips, and I think most people do have a preferred side for foot switching. But anyway, it's critical that you do this on the ground first of all. Then get the board, practice it on the board with foot straps. I found that easier. And then lastly, what you want to do is when you're on the water is practice it whilst you're actually in the displacement mode, so not on foil. So get a nice big board and practice it going along without being on foil first of all. Get those positioning and that muscle memory correct first before you attempt doing it on foil.
Yeah, and get some pressure in the sail. So it doesn't really work if you work on it at 8 knots. Yeah, you don't have enough pressure in the sail because you want to maintain that pressure on your front foot. And when you switch, you go back and you want to maintain this pressure on your front foot and you want to maintain pressure in the sail. So do it at 12 knots, 14 knots, 15 knots. Yeah.
Okay, point 2. Timing. Timing is critical. It's so important. So the key to the timing is that you need to dip the board, and as the board is rising up, that's the point at which you do the foot swap. You've really got a fraction of a second to get that foot swap done in the early stages before it comes back down and you make a mistake again. So it's a little bit of a tap with the front foot down, and as the board comes to rise, your front foot then meets the board, and then you put your other foot back. So it's a very quick
sinus curve.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
That's how I visualized it, because in the beginning everything was going so quick. So when I put it down, it's like up. Well, it's already up. Yeah. So what I did, I counted like 1. I did basically 3 dips. 1, 2, and 3. I counted in my head 21, 22. And at 23, when it was coming up, I did the foot switch.
That's it.
And I did that all the time, yeah?
That's it. Yeah, timing.
And that's how you slow it down in your head.
And then lastly, the last point is your back foot. The back foot is the most important part of this. So if your back foot is not on the centre line when you do the foot switch, you're going to fall in, unless you do a very quick correction to it afterwards. And the way in which you do that is by looking at the centre line, practicing it on the beach, and making sure that when you do your drills, you're really hard on yourself that if your back foot is not on the centre line and and you need to do something to correct that. So it's all about opening those hips to be able to do that. So as I said, I found it very difficult on one tack. On the other one, it wasn't so bad. But it's really important that everything, the back foot has to be on the centre line. Anything else you want to say on top of that?
No,
that's it.
that's it. You will see it in the close-up.
We've got that in 3 minutes 40.
Perfect.
There we go.
Lots to talk.
Yeah. All right. So really, like I said, the whole point of these is to be really down and dirty. Obviously, you're not going to learn foot swaps in 5 minutes, but it's all about repetition, doing it over and over and over again. But I can't emphasize enough that it's so important that you do learn this skill. And it's really easy to avoid it. And we see this happen so much, as Chris mentioned, people going backwards and forwards in this twisted position. And it's fine, you can do that for a little bit, but you're not going to go upwind anytime soon, for long distances. It's just really important you learn that. And if you want to have an in-depth one-on-one lesson, then feel free to hook us up, Hydrofoil Academy, Hydrofoil Shop. One of us will have a chat to you and book in for a lesson.
Yeah.
Cool.
And as Gav said, don't make the tech super long. I know it's so nice, to be on the foil. It has that flying feeling, which is amazing. But make the tech short and practice and perseverance.
All right, that's 5 minutes. I hope you enjoyed, guys.